Mental health matters. It's as important as our physical health. Yet, we often shy away from talking about it, especially when it comes to depression. Depression is more common than we think. It can affect anyone, regardless of age, background, or accomplishments. It's a silent epidemic, casting a shadow over countless lives. The World Health Organization estimates that over 280 million people worldwide suffer from depression. That's a staggering number. It shows us that this is a global issue, and it's time we break the stigma surrounding it. We need to start talking about mental health openly and honestly, just like we talk about any other health concern. Let's create a world where seeking help for depression is not seen as a weakness, but as a sign of strength and self-awareness. Imagine waking up every morning feeling like you're carrying a heavy weight on your shoulders. The simplest tasks feel insurmountable. You feel disconnected from the world around you. Your energy is depleted, and even getting out of bed feels like a monumental effort. This is the reality of living with depression. Depression can manifest in many ways. It can be a constant feeling of sadness, hopelessness, and emptiness. It can be a loss of interest in things you once enjoyed. It can affect your sleep, your appetite, and your ability to concentrate. You might feel irritable and easily agitated. You might experience physical symptoms like headaches, stomach aches, or chronic pain. And you might find yourself withdrawing from social interactions, isolating yourself from the people you love. This cycle of despair can feel inescapable, like you're trapped in a dark tunnel with no end in sight. But it's crucial to remember that you are not alone, and there is hope, even when it feels impossible to see. One of the most important steps in overcoming depression is seeking professional help. Just like you wouldn't hesitate to see a doctor for a physical ailment, seeking help from a mental health professional is crucial for treating depression. A therapist can provide you with the tools and strategies you need to manage your symptoms and work towards recovery. They can help you understand the root causes of your depression. They can teach you coping mechanisms to deal with negative thoughts and emotions. And they can guide you towards making positive changes in your life. There are various types of therapy available, such as cognitive behavioral therapy, interpersonal therapy, and psychodynamic therapy. A therapist can help you determine which type of therapy is right for you based on your individual needs and preferences. Seeking professional help can feel daunting at first, but it's important to remember that you're not alone in this journey. Therapists are trained to listen without judgment and create a safe space for you to share your experiences. While professional help is essential, building a strong support system is equally important in overcoming depression. Connecting with others who understand what you're going through can provide a sense of belonging and validation. It can remind you that you're not alone in your struggles. Talk to your trusted friends and family members. Let them know what you're going through. Share your feelings and challenges with them. You might be surprised by how understanding and supportive they can be. Consider joining a support group. Support groups offer a safe and confidential space to connect with others who are facing similar challenges. Sharing your experiences and hearing from others can provide comfort, encouragement, and practical advice. Remember, you don't have to go through this alone. Reaching out to others and building a network of support can make a world of difference in your journey to recovery. Self-care plays a vital role in managing depression. When you're feeling down, it's easy to neglect your own needs. But taking care of yourself physically, emotionally, and mentally is crucial for improving your overall well-being. Engage in activities that bring you joy and relaxation. It could be anything from reading a book to listening to music, spending time in nature, pursuing a hobby, or simply taking a long bath. Make sure you're getting enough sleep, eating nutritious food, and staying hydrated. These basic needs often get overlooked when you're struggling with depression, but they can significantly impact your mood and energy levels. Incorporate regular exercise into your routine. Exercise releases endorphins, which have mood-boosting effects. Even a short walk in the fresh air can make a difference. Remember, small steps can lead to big impacts on your journey to better mental health. My journey to the light. A turning point. I remember a time when depression had a tight grip on my life. It felt like I was drowning in a sea of sadness, unable to see the surface. The weight of my own thoughts felt unbearable. I isolated myself from friends and family, convinced that I was a burden to everyone around me. One day, after weeks of battling these dark thoughts, I finally reached out for help. I confided in a close friend, who encouraged me to seek professional guidance. That conversation was a turning point in my journey. Therapy provided me with a safe space to unpack my emotions and develop coping mechanisms. I learned about cognitive behavioral therapy and how to challenge negative thought patterns. I started practicing mindfulness and gratitude, focusing on the present moment instead of dwelling on the past or worrying about the future. I also made a conscious effort to prioritize self-care. I started going for walks in nature, listening to uplifting music, and spending time with loved ones. These small acts of self-compassion made a world of difference. It wasn't an easy journey, and there were setbacks along the way. But with each small step forward, I felt a glimmer of hope returning. I learned that recovery is not a linear process, and it's okay to have good days and bad days. You are not alone. Hope for a brighter tomorrow. If you're reading this and resonating with these words, please know that you are not alone. Depression can make you feel isolated and hopeless, but it's important to remember that there is always hope. Recovery is possible. It takes time, effort, and support, but you can overcome this challenge and reclaim your life. Remember that seeking help is a sign of strength, not weakness. Talk to someone you trust. Reach out to a mental health professional and prioritize self-care. Surround yourself with a support system that uplifts and encourages you. Believe in yourself and your ability to heal. You are stronger than you think, and there is a brighter tomorrow waiting for you. Breaking the silence. Sharing your story. One of the most powerful things we can do to combat the stigma surrounding depression is to share our stories. When we open up about our experiences, we create space for others to do the same. We show them that they're not alone and that recovery is possible. Sharing your story can be challenging. It requires vulnerability and courage, but it can also be incredibly liberating and empowering. It can help you process your own experiences, connect with others who understand, and inspire hope in those who are struggling. You can share your story in different ways. You can talk to a trusted friend or family member. You can write about your experiences in a journal or blog. You can join a support group and share your journey with others. Every time we share our stories, we chip away at the stigma surrounding mental health. We create a world where it's okay to not be okay, and where seeking help is seen as a sign of strength. A collective journey towards a world of understanding. Overcoming depression is not just an individual journey, it's a collective one. We need to create a society that prioritizes mental health, fosters open conversations, and provides adequate support for those who are struggling. We need to educate ourselves and others about mental health. We need to challenge the stigma and discrimination that still surround depression. And we need to advocate for increased access to mental health services. Let's create a world where everyone feels comfortable talking about their mental health. A world where seeking help is encouraged and celebrated. A world where no one has to suffer in silence. Together, we can break down the barriers and create a brighter future for everyone affected by depression.